Alright, what up guys? So today we're going to do an Ironlak Strikers marker review. I'm excited to do this. I've tried them out a few times. I'm going to show you all of that and talk about the details, and we're going to get right into it right now. So yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, so these are the Ironlak Strikers. I'm going to start off looking at their cases because, you know, I got to talk about the case. The case is, you know, it's unexpected. Most companies don't come out with things like this. The actual package itself is pretty dope. It's got a Velcro lining, so it stays closed when you move around with it. You can travel with it. It's made of canvas. It's obviously black, which looks cool design-wise. It has each individual slot for all of the markers, 20 markers each. And the cool thing about this that's even more like interesting is that it has a little Velcro piece here. And so if you go like this, you can rest that there, and you can kind of have it standing up like that. And then you can, you know, chill it like this, or like this, or wherever you want to have it. And that's great. One thing I want to mention about this, because it is cool, it still has a flaw. And so the flaw for me is, if I pull a marker out like that, look, I didn't even have to touch it. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool, but the efficiency for that is, it's kind of useless. So, yeah. Otherwise, though, the cases they're really awesome. The beginning, when you open the case, I think it comes in a plastic package if I remember correctly, and it has this here thing on it. Basically it shows you all of the individual colors and the codes for each of them. So this set has this code and whatever. Basically, one thing about the sets and their colors is that they don't overlap. They won't have, let's say I have Y205T in this package, you're not going to get that in any set but Series 2. So if you get Series 2, you're going to get the same colors I have right here. If you get Series 1, you're going to have the same colors right here. And that's how it goes. So I think there's 160 colors. And yeah. Alright, so now I want to go over the basic design of the marker and obviously each end of the marker. This is a tri-grip barrel marker, and basically that means that it is triangular in shape when you hold it. It also has two ends. It has a broad tip, which is here, and it looks like this. And then it has the fine tip, which looks this way. So you have your two ends. You can either use the broad tip, for filling in sections or doing larger areas, and the fine tip, of course, for details, shadows, line work, whatever it is you might need that for. I'm going to show you an example of another thing that's cool with these markers. They're basically alcohol-based inks, and you can blend with them. So if you go like this, you have the lines, and that sucks, and I know that. This marker is not really good for showing this clearly. But the point is that if you start from one end and go dark, and you move on, you go light. Wow, this marker is really not good for this. Alright, well that can obviously point out one of the bad ends of this review. The review itself, obviously I'm talking about both good and bad. I love these markers, I'm having fun with them, but there are some things that I have problems with. This is one of them. Some of the markers blend better than others. So if I take out the orange, for example, I was trying to show you how nicely it can go from dark to light. This looks okay, but it's not what I was looking for. This is more like what I meant. Now you can see there's more of an evenness to these colors. If I go over it again, there's even more of an evenness, and then I can obviously go from the dark. The orange works really nice with this, and then go light. And that's what I meant that I really do enjoy about these markers. The first piece I did with these was this here. And this came out decently, I was happy with it. Not, you know, whatever. And then I moved forward from that to doing this, which is a completely different style, but I wanted to try it out just to see what I could do. Hopefully you can see that properly. So that's not so bad. I added some, you know, glowing effects, seeing how that would work, because that's kind of why I got the markers. I wanted to be able to blend and create new effects. So there's that. And then recently I took this guy, redid him, and added my other characters, and that's what this looks like. So I thought that came out pretty good. It looks a lot more contrasty and vibrant because I'm learning better how to use them as I go along, which of course anybody will. And then the last piece I've done, which I have to mention the paper. This paper here is regular sketching paper. It's not made for these markers. It's not the proper sketching paper. So the color isn't as bold, and it doesn't blend as well. This paper here, as you can see, it's bled through. This paper here is MOLOTOW basic paper, I believe. I'm pretty sure they basically are supposed to do the same thing. They're supposed to have the blending effects, the illustration usefulness, and so forth. And so this is their paper. I didn't get those markers I wanted to, but they weren't available at the time, so I went with these. And this is what I did with these. So the piece came out much more contrasty and bold. It looks a lot better, but I have a problem. The problem is, look, you can see how shiny that is, and I bet you right now the camera has so many issues seeing the details. I have to hold it at certain angles to keep it able to be seen visually properly, and you know how it's supposed to look. So with that in mind, you have to consider that if you want to be an artist and sell these kind of things, you know, you want it to be able to hang on a wall and be able to sell to a customer if they want to buy this. And so when I think about this, I want to hang this on my wall, and I don't think I'd even be able to deal with how shiny it is. So I don't know if there's a method to fix that, or if there's a way to, you know, go over it, or if it's just the paper itself, or what that is, but eventually I will try and figure that out, because that is going to be something that will cause me a problem. Otherwise though, the color, it's beautiful. You can see that it blends nicely, it looks good, it looks really neat. Another thing I forgot to mention about the markers is that you can also buy separately a blending marker. Now this is a empty colored, there's no color, it's just a clear blending marker. And what it's supposed to do is basically, if you take the marker and you go like this, and then you take another marker, and you go like this, you should be able to then go in the middle, if I'm doing this correctly of course, and blend it. Now I'm assuming that there would be one or two issues with this theory that I'm using right now, and that would be perhaps the fact that this is the wrong paper. So don't take the way this looks for the actual way it would result. But yeah, if you want to blend and you want to have the right paper and do it properly, apparently you need this marker, so you might want to pick that up too. I don't know actually how well it works, and I can't promise you anything because right now that doesn't look too good, and that's the honest truth. So one thing I want to talk about with the strikers is the price point. That's a good thing with these. They are a discount and a bargain. Honestly, man, if you want to go get Copic markers, you're going to pay $10 a piece or around that price. These are much different. You get 20 for $50 to $60 Canadian or US, depending on your difference, and you get so many more markers. I mean, really, you get 160 colors altogether. In Copic markers, you're going to pay $10 each. That's a ridiculous amount of money. So if you want to get the bargain, you're obviously going to go with something like this. Another different option you could go with is the MOLOTOW basic markers. I haven't tried them out yet, but I do look forward to trying them in the future. Alright, dope. So let's do a quick recap, guys. So these are made of canvas material. At the back, you have the zipper pocket. You can bring pens, pencils, whatever it is you might think you need on your travel when you want to do your work with these markers. If you flip it open, it has a Velcro keeping enclosed case, which is dope. If you open it up, you have 10 markers on each side. There's 20 markers per pack and 8 series of these markers. Every different series has different colors. You're never going to get the same color in a different package. There's no repeats. It's not going to happen. If you look at the marker themselves, they have a tri-grip barrel. On each end, they have either a fine tip or a broad tip, which is 8 millimeters. The fine tip is a 1 millimeter. Now, the paper itself is an issue because you need to get right paper. See, they bleed, but if you get bleed-free paper or blending card, apparently that's supposed to be much better. It's supposed to bring out the colors more, it's supposed to give you more contrast, etc. Now, I just wanted to quickly talk about the cons with these markers. If you look at the markers, they're great, but if you do this, they're going to fall out of the package, which is kind of, you know, silly. Another thing that is cool but ineffective is that if you lift up the package and fold it this way, you can obviously keep it that way, but if you pull out a marker, it's going to fall, so that's one of the bad things. The only other problem I have is, of course, the shiny paper issue. You get paper and it's too shiny and you can't see the thing right, so you can't really hang the art on the wall without a light hitting it and you seeing a glaring effect, and you can't really make out the details of the art. Now that we've gone through everything, overall, I think these markers are really dope. They have a couple downsides, but for the price, these are worth buying. I think they're great. I wanted to get into a style like this, and I couldn't afford the Copics at the moment, so I was choosing this route, and I went with it, and I'm happy with what I've done. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up the review. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Let me know in the comments below if you thought the video was good, if it was quality information for you, if you got any interest to the markers out of it. If you're going to order them, let me know. Tell me how you like them, if you tried them, whatever, so on. If there's anything you think I can improve on, please let me know in the comments below once again, because I will reply to you. I'm always replying to you guys. Like the video, share it with your friends, whatever it is. Anyways, take it easy guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.